What you got there, buddy?
Well, you were right.
Of course I'm right. I'm the damn Duckman. That's the reason why they call me the MFDM.
You got a big ego.
Welcome back, everyone, to another DuckmanCycles production. We're a little late for a Wednesday video release, but I've had a lot of things going on this week yet again, and some of which you'll be seeing later on in this video. I shared some of my week's activities in last week's video with lots of compliments, so let's do it again. Please stay tuned. Today we'll be addressing Robert's 1972 flat windshield Super Beetle, and this may be the final video of it for a while, or at least until it comes time for me to help him reassemble it. So it's not game over, guys. There's lots more to come. Look at this. He's playing copyrighted music, and over here he's about to compress a strut, which I told him not to do in my driveway because if it explodes and he gets blood all over the place, I'm going to be very upset. It's not covered by my insurance.
He's making me do this.
No, I'm not making you do this. You are doing this on your own will. Yep. Despite me telling you no.
Against my own will.
I'm going to get the hell out of the way while you start turning screws and things. I mean, I told you not to. You know what? I'm officially asking you to leave. You have to go.
Oh, shit.
Take your tools with you. You can't do this.
Where am I going to go?
Home?
No one will take me. I got to come here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I'm stuck with this mess. It's going to be blood everywhere. It's going to get all over my new paint.
Oh, is that right?
What a disaster. Anyway, we got welding done. That entire area in there is all welded up, ground down, and acided off. Yes, sir. And then around the other side here, did exactly the same thing over there, looking good. These welds, I'm not trying to grind them down too much because they're just gonna get covered with a bunch of padding and then headliner anyway, so they're gonna disappear. Likewise, down under here, we found another hole that was right there. I cut that out, patched that also, and did a little touch up over here. I found a couple pinholes, so I just buzzed them shut real fast. Oh, I actually found a new hole down over here that needed to be patched because while I was buzzing those shut and I had my wrist leaning on this, it caved in because it was rusty. So I cut all this section out and filled that in too. And then up front here, this is something Robert discovered yesterday. Headlight bucket hole. And he says, hey, this one looks pretty good. And I started poking like a fool. And I made a hole in the rust myself, so I told him I'd take care of those two things for him too. But that's all the welding that's left on here. All the junk in the trunk. This was the entire car being removed. Removed the AC unit, the dash pad, anything that was miscellaneous that was around. Taillights are off, bumpers are gone, the windshield is out, all the knobs, radio, tubes, pulling ding-dongs and dongaloos, they're all been removed. So this car is now officially disassembled. And Robert will be pulling his car as soon as tomorrow, which you guys, by the time you're watching his video, is probably long gone. But this thing will be out of here. It gives me a ton more space, which means nobody complains anymore. It is here, see? He's gonna impact this puppy. That's it.
I'm not gonna impact it. I'm gonna lightly tap it.
Ew. So why is my video late this week? Well, one of the reasons is because my damned home insurance company decided I needed a new water heater. Not because anything is wrong with it, but rather because they say it's too old. It has no faults, and I hate the fact that a useful tool is required to be removed and expected to be dumped into the landfill. I'll probably just try to sell it on a marketplace, and if no takers, I'll donate it to one of our local thrift shops. So I took the opportunity to upgrade it to a tankless water heater. It's been something that I wanted to try out. Anyway, this was no easy task. I had to remove a lot of things in the garage just to get to it, including removing the appliances, my motorcycles, and Eleanor, just so I could get the new wiring that had to be dragged through the attic. A larger breaker needed to be installed, plumbing needed to be relocated, and it turned into quite a production. In the end, it was marginally cheaper than another tank-style water heater, but in the future, should it need to be replaced again, it'll be easy. I installed a larger wire than required, so an upgrade will even be easily possible, but here I am again, thinking about the next guy. And I reclaimed probably about 4 square feet of floor space in my garage. Now to me, that was huge and made it totally worth it. Here he goes. He's about to kill everybody on the block. Everybody on the block's about to die. I'll let that spring glow. It's gonna be like a small nuclear explosion over here. Just everything's gonna go flying. There's gonna be kids all in the trees. Blood everywhere. His bones are gonna be protruding from his body. In fact, other people's bones will end up in his body. This is gonna be terrible. Look at this. Told you not to do this. You're insisting. What the hell are you doing now? Just wiggling sockets?
The socket's freaking stuck because it's lit.
It's stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did. You drove it under there.
No.
It'll still come out. Look. See? And I'm doing that with one hand.
You and your elephant hands.
I did that with one hand. I can't get it out of there. It's using his whole body. I push it out with my thumb.
One out of my fingers,
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Hey, kids. This is a very bad idea. Don't do this at home. If you've got struts, take them to a professional. Or better yet, if you've got struts, get rid of your stupid Beetle and buy yourself a standard. The hell are you doing now?
There.
Did you lock all your pins?
Your mom's pin.
My mom's pin. Uh-oh. Come on, crank them bitches. Oh, it's out. Just a little bit more on the other side and you should be able to get the nut off the end of it.
Unstick this thing.
Oh man, do I have to use my thumb again? Just use a little screwdriver and get underneath the bottom there and give it a twist.
Alright.
I don't think it needs to be that hard. Right now, if you were doing this for a customer, your time would be ticking and you'd be making less money.
Trying to justify Super Beetles being difficult.
So what you're suggesting is you charge extra for Super Beetles.
No, I would. I would.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
Screwdriver.
Other people's kids, I'll tell you. See, look. The Duckman blinks his eyes and has a screwdriver. This guy over here, no.
You know, we were both
See, look. Look at that. Look at how hard this is. Look at that. Oh my God, look. Look at that. Oop. I dropped it real nice, though.
You know, I last saw my screwdriver here last night.
Your asshole screwdriver?
Might be there.
What color is it?
Black.
Oh, okay, I got it. I thought that was one of my dad's. I guess I picked it up and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then does that socket fit on there? Probably
Nope,
not.
That's that one.
Oh, it's that one.
Yep, so these small ones are 19s and that's a 22.
Now something silly's gonna happen. You guys watch this. As soon as he puts that socket on there, the entire inner of the strut will spin instead of coming off.
No. Continue to throw bad juju in my direction.
You might want to just shoot a little bit of that lube on there that you had yesterday.
It's got all kind of lube on it.
Oh, you put some on there already?
Oh, it's got
No,
lube
on the
on
threads, dopey.
Oh. Okay. PB Blast Putz.
Your pee-pee blaster. Go ahead.
Blast.
Shoot your pee-pee blaster on there.
It's got lithium grease.
Right. Elon Musk likes lithium.
I don't know how to respond to that.
He puts it in his batteroids. It comes out all creamy.
There we go.
It's such a weird stuff. Penetrating lithium grease.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta grease it up nice.
Yeah, it did. It's like you shot one on there.
When you're highly motivated, anything can happen.
Here goes. The whole inside of that strut's gonna spin now. It did too.
You maniacal. You know, if you weren't standing here right now, I guarantee you, things would have ended up entirely different. Entirely different. Yeah. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? Maybe I can just hold it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you might be able to get a grip on there somewhere. As you might remember, my dad's Honda left with my brother a couple months ago. B's Carmen Gia went home last month.
Titties.
Wow. And just last week, Rob's Beetle got sold. It was nice timing as I really wanted my yard back. I helped Rob to get it loaded up and we transported it off to the new owner. Little sad to see it go as it was going to be a future project, but I really need to save the bigger projects for when we finally get a larger shop space. Meanwhile, the space at this current location comes at a premium, and if it's not helping me to make better videos, then it's gotta go. Am I right? I think I'm right. You'll probably be seeing it again as it now belongs to a lady friend of mine who's really enthusiastic about building it and has already dug very, very deeply into it. So we'll see what comes of it. So stay tuned on that one. Well, you guys missed it on camera, but pretty much what I did is I just put a screwdriver in here and just kind of cockeyed the rubber on the inside, and the threads just kind of came undone after that. But yeah, at this point, don't lean over the top of it. It's like leaning over the, whoa, it's growing slowly. What's happening?
It's creepy to watch.
What's happening? Why did it do that?
Top of the sea.
I don't like that. Well, you can lift the entire spring thing off now.
Yeah, well, I'd urge you can press it while it's on there and just lift it off. Because I have...
Yeah, go ahead. It's gonna spin around.
Is it?
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
I don't have giant hands like you do.
I didn't get to see you lift that cap off, but it looks like you got it off of there. Did you die?
Oh! Guess not.
No? Well, you got it off of there. There you go. Now we can weld it to a little horsey or something and we can play on it.
Yep.
Oh, it's a slinky. Throw it down the stairs. Oh, what happened there?
Oh, you hear that noise?
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh. That's not very happy.
That doesn't sound good. Yep. That's
Queefs.
Yeah.
It's a queef and strut.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace it with this beautiful blue one.
A beautiful one.
This one.
There you go. Just stay on the side.
The original Sears McPherson cartridge.
McScheisse Strut.
Yep. Sears and Roebuck, circus 1970 something.
Oh, look at that. Oh, they're all dented up. Actually, what does it say? 1981 on there? Oh, never mind. I thought it said 1981.
These are good. Brand new.
What are they off of? A Honda?
Don't say that word.
Push it back in. Yep, that's how it's supposed to be. Don't say Honda. Why? You're driving one.
It doesn't know that.
One right there. We'll take the struts off of that.
It thinks it's a Chevy. Look.
I can't look. Your plate's showing. I'm trying to hide that. You won't let me see that.
There, look at that.
Yeah.
It thinks it's a Chevy.
Yeah, it's a Chevy Accord. All right.
Woo!
Get that fun part then.
I gotta take this part off and replace this too.
But before you do any of that, take the little clip out of the brakes and pull the line out. So you don't mangle the lines that I installed on there. I put so much work into that. Oh shit, look who's here. It's Wild Bill himself. Oh man. Camera just happened to be running for that. I love it.
Look at him. He's running.
Oh, he's missing a brake light. I'll have to let him know. I heard him coming. I was like, what is all that noise?
What's he even doing here?
He lives a few blocks that way. Yeah, he comes through here all the time.
He's a little bit higher than that.
Like you got that assembled there. Looking pretty good.
It's weird because this one actually kind of stays up a little bit compared to this one.
You know why that might be? That little hat that went on top was a different height.
Well, not too much though, just a little bit.
Yeah, but that little bit sometimes can make a lot of bit of a difference. Or is your rubber gogie not pressed in right? Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it is.
It's just the thing settled.
Settled?
Yeah, it just settled down. Once the spring presses on there the way it's supposed to be, everything will be just fine.
Because then we'll go back and forth.
Yeah, that's all it is. You're good. Yeah, old.
This one, it does.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a boot.
This lip,
That doesn't even need to be on there, you know that?
it's a dust cover.
That's all it is. It doesn't even need to be there. All it does is keep dirt out. And mud specifically, but...
I want
Well, yeah, it's a good idea to have it there. It keeps your shaft shiny.
Yeah, I like a shiny shaft.
Because that thing must be chrome, otherwise it's not going to seal properly and you're going to leak oil. Anyway, I think you're good. Over here, though, we finished pitching up that headlight bucket over here. Look at that. No more oleums. Put a little bit of cat piss on there to treat it up for rust. Same thing over here. Put a little too much on it, ran out down the fender, but that's okay. I just painted the fender with it. But that hole that was in there, that one turned out to be massive. It was, started poking around, it didn't exist, and then suddenly it was the size of almost a $50. When was the last time you've seen a $50? Tell me that. Comment down below in the video description. Anyways, I patched that out with a nice square piece, made that ready to go. I think we're done on this body. I think this thing is ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to take a quick walk around it, make sure we don't have any other oleums anywhere else. I did patch that down there. I forgot to put some acid on it too. That's also patched up. I got that straightened out. It might look like there's a hole here or there or something, but that's actually an optical illusion. There's just some paint on that panel, some old paint. Yeah, we went ahead and ran over that one more time. I found that there was another hole in here. By just simply touching it, it caved in, so there was some more rust that we fixed on that also. Panel on this side, also in good shape. Yes, everything back here was treated with cat piss, and it's probably a good idea that we squirt it down inside the C-pillar. And the way to do that is going to be come up through here and just squirt a ton of it down in there using one of those, what do they call it, like a bug sprayer thing. Just shoot a ton of it up in there. It'll dry and it'll neutralize any rust that's in there, or at least inhibit anything that is already there. I think we'll be in good shape. Otherwise, this looks great. We got this section in here that I made. That's looking good. I coated it down again with some cat piss because it was out in the rain for a little while, so that's been fixed. I also ran a little bit of the extra cat piss around here to try to clean up a little bit of that rust. That stuff that's not rust through, it's all surface, so that'll be grindable and then serviceable by whoever's doing the paint. Otherwise, this thing is good. We did fix another hole down in there too that we discovered. It turned out it was a couple pinholes, and the more poking that we did at it, the bigger the hole got. So anyway, I ended up replacing a section about 2 inches long and about ½ an inch tall. In fact, I think I see a little pinhole there. In that case, I'm going to come back with the welder and go and just fill that sucker right in and cat piss over it. All right, well, we are good. There it is. Going to collect my tools, get this thing up and out of the way, because Robert's coming for this thing tomorrow and taking it away. And right now he's trying to interrupt my video while I'm talking here, trying to finish my thought. But he's one of those guys that just likes to continue interrupting.
Well,
what you got there, buddy?
Well, you were right.
Of course I'm right. I'm the damn Duckman. That's the reason why they call me the MFDM.
Yeah, this is normally seated a little bit lower, which keeps it over the side, so the skirt is never in danger of
correct.
Yeah,
which it wouldn't be anyway. You're fine.
Well, I might have to get a little bushkin or something to wrap around there. This sits in here and keeps it going up and down with it. But this is the same width as the entire side.
Oh, you're missing your dickhead.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, that dickhead right there needs to be on top. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But it doesn't fit on that one.
So what you're going to need is you're going to need this machined.
Yeah. To sit inside this on that one.
Okay. Do you want me to attempt to do it?
I don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
I gotta
leave your other strut with me, just so I can make sure it fits.
I got calipers.
I have all that inside.
Okay.
Just leave your other strut with me, so that way I know that this will drop on top of it.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that out so it fits, but I'm not going to overdo it, because if I overdo it, this thing will fall apart into 2 pieces, and then you'll have an issue.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take out a little bit of it, I mean maybe 1/4 of an inch, and then it'll fit down on top of there. Once you bolt it together, it'll be just fine.
Cool.
So yeah, that should do it. Okay, that's what we'll do. You might as well take the other one out of there too while you're at it.
This one?
Yep, just pull the spring out, just disassemble it, and give me the little hat off of it, and I'll throw them both on the lathe. This, yeah, you know, it looks like aluminum, but it feels kind of heavy. It's got to be steel, so it'll probably take a little effort to cut it, but yeah, leave the new strut with me, and I'll make sure everything fits.
Okay.
We'll make that work. I don't know if that's something we're supposed to ought to do, but maybe some Super Beetle guys down in the comments will say something, but otherwise, Duckman's gonna make a part. Woo! That's it, because Duckman's good. We were discussing that this rubber gogi that's on here is sliding down the chrome shaft that you see. The reason for that is this little hat that goes on the top of the strut. This strut didn't have it for whatever reason. Slightly different, I mean ever so slightly different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bore out the inside of this on the lathe, so that way we can make it so it slides over the new strut, and then this rubber gogi will then be held up by this hat. In addition, the way the top assembles on here, it'll center itself properly, which is something that this is not doing with the new strut, so that will solve that problem. Robert's taking this one apart so we can knock that hat out of that one too. That way I can have them both. And he's going to leave the old strut with me. I'll cut it down on a lathe. I'll make sure that they both fit. And once everything is said and done, then we can just bolt it together and be done with it. So that's the plan. Yeah.
The next day.
Well, Robert found another hole once he removed his ATF fill neck that was over here. So this was a nasty hole about the size of a quarter, a little bit bigger than it actually when I started poking at it. I ended up cutting a whole rectangular section out of it and fixed that up. Why does it look bubbly? Well, it's because it's acid soaked. Everything on this car has been acid soaked. Even that guy right there, when I welded that up, took care of it. And then up under here, if we can even see it, the bottom of Napoleon's hat, right there. That sucker had a bunch of pinholes in it and turned out to be a real damn disaster. So I got that all welded in and it looks good. So I think we're in good shape. Yes, sir. So this sucker's out of here. In fact, there's the trailer right now. E-brake.
I don't have no weight to
Well, I'm standing on it.
counterbalance it. Okay, I got a hold of it. You want to come up here? So we can put this. There you go.
That was the second easiest Beetle load up that I've ever had. My first easiest was my neighbor and I. We just picked it up and put it on the trailer. We went sideways. There it is. Going home. Fantastic. All right, let me get you the deck lid. Yeah, chassis is gonna stay a little while longer because we gotta finish up machining some parts for the struts. And that'll be done hopefully maybe even later today. And then the chassis goes next. Kind of weird seeing nothing in my yard over here. See, everything's gone. Well, his bumpers, but he'll come back for those, so. Don't forget my tools and a piece of metal. Piece of metal, too small to be saved. Put that away, that's one of Dad's. I inherited that one, yes. Now we're gonna start doing some small engine stuff again here on this YouTube channel. People have been begging for more go-kart stuff, and actually this is related to the go-karts because this mower was given to my neighbor. Remember, she had these two go-karts, and I got one of them about a year ago. Well, I got the other one too in trade for my new sitting around mower. This mower has barely been used. It's only a couple years old, just been sitting, so it's just like new. As you can see, it clearly it looks great. Runs good, but she just finally went to go use it, and it ran for a little while, and then it petered out. And I thought that possibly somebody may have been priming it a few too many times after it had already been warm, which caused it to flood out. And my suspicion was kind of accurate because the fuel filter was, or air filter I should say, was full of fuel. So technically I guess it becomes a fuel filter. Well, that was causing it to run extremely rich and cause it to flood itself out. As soon as I took the filter off, one pull, it started right up. So anyway, we're just gonna let that dry in the sun. I think it'll be okay after that. But you'll start seeing some more go-kart stuff coming up in the very, very near future. And, well, more small engine stuff in general. We're probably gonna start doing it on Saturdays. Small engine Saturdays, and we'll slip sponsor videos and stuff in with them accordingly. And Volkswagen Wednesdays, or Volks Wednesdays, or some crap like that is what we're gonna call it for middle of the week to see the videos you guys are already familiar with. How about that? Well,
2 days later.
Well, I was on a road trip with a friend of mine trying to pick up a car out of town when Robert contacted me and asked if he could pick up the floor pan. And I said, hey, buddy, no problem. I'm not blocking in anything in the driveway. Just go ahead and grab it. I'll make sure my neighbor doesn't call the cops on you. So anyway, it took him over an hour for some reason to get it loaded up. I don't know exactly what the detail was. And I wish that my security camera caught it. But, you know, of all the times for it not to record, yep, that was the one day that it did. And I'm a little bummed because he said it took him about an hour, and somehow they bent the sway bar on the front of the chassis. Now, I don't know exactly what they did, but I hope that whatever it is,
pans itself out and turns out to not be too big of a problem. Well, anyway, as I arrived home, this is what I found.
And it's gone. And he left me a mess. Thanks, Robert. Trash can's right there, buddy.
11 minutes later.
Oh man, we're off to a good start here. Just waiting on Wild Bill to arrive. Margarita, some Chipolitos, some jalapeno jelly.
Taco burrito, taco burrito.
There's no burritos out there.
No burrito.
No margarita.
Tacarito.
Margarita.
Tacarito. Your burrito. What you got there? Sweetie. It's good. Yeah. Yummy, yummy.